Welcome back to Current Pest Control. Today we're out in Milford, Texas. It is Monday, March 29th. It's about 60-70 degrees right now. We're working on cutout number 2 of the year, and it's actually right above us. Let me show you what we got going on. So the heat signature is showing heat through this area here, but you can tell where the honey is ran down in the past, likely due to somebody else doing a removal and not being able to get everything. So we got a little bit of mildew left behind. So we're going to do our best to ensure that we get everything out and get it done as clean as possible. But the entry point is right up here. Right there is where those bees are going in, where one roof line meets another roof line. So we're out in the country. We're going to get this going in the right direction. I got Melody working with us today, so stay tuned. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead and easily pull that down.
All the way?
Yep.
It's fixing to fall.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of the comb.
Let that piece go. There we go. Okay, now grab 2 hands and try to wiggle those nails out. Without breaking that. Pull on your right and leave the left in. There you go.
Corner. There.
I had a large die-off. This area at the top that has the lighter comb should be where the honey is. However, it was all completely dry. The area at the lower is where wax moths had moved in and destroyed comb in the previous probably colony. The area right in the middle is known as the brood chamber or brood comb. This is where you will find stores of bee bread or pollen, along with different life cycles of larvae, everything from eggs to cap brood. This is typically where the queen would be located. What I'm doing here is going through and just simply vacuuming up as many bees as I can to try to reduce their numbers. The vacuum that I'm using is a homemade, known as a bee vac. So it's not just going into a shop vac, it's actually going into a separate chamber, so that way the bees do not get damaged and they're actually caged, so that way I could transport later. To help keep the bees from running further down this void, I simply start off by removing the wax moth damaged portions of the comb, so that way they'll stay centralized on that brood, making it easier to get all of the bees and not leave too many behind after we're done. With the wax moth damage out of the way, I turn my attention to focusing on the dry honeycomb at the top. None of this portion goes to waste. All of this will be melted down and reconstituted into viable wax that can be used for things like lip balms, body salves, or coating honeybee frames that'll go back into the bee colonies. We try to waste as very little of a colony as possible. Once into the brood comb, we want to take and carefully cut along the top, separating the connection from the roofing to the comb, and then thoroughly inspect each piece to ensure that the queen is not on it before either one, placing the brood into a box, or two, placing it aside for rendering down later. So we've gotten all the brood comb removed. I'm doing a once over looking for clusters of bees, scraping out some remaining little scraps that you can see the ribs of left on the OSB, the oriented strand board plywood. The reason why I'm leaving this piece left behind is so that way all the bees that you see clustered in the corners will orientate back to that brood, making it easier for the final removal. While we wait on the bees above to finish clustering up onto that last bit of brood, we take a moment to start cleaning up the decking of the plywood that covers up that gap, scraping off the remaining honeycomb and brood, double checking to make sure that the queen's not on there either.
Now what we have here is a robbing frenzy. We took about a 15-minute break just to let the bees congregate back on the hive. And now we've got bees everywhere checking out a little bit. So we're just going to let them clean that up. And now I'm going to take a look up here and see if I can find that queen.
As you can see, all of the bees have reoriented back onto that one piece of brood comb. That's going to make it much easier to go ahead and vacuum the rest of them up. I was not able to see the queen during this time. Unfortunately, I'd already vacuumed her up. I wasn't able to know that until we got the job completely cleaned out.
Well, all that's left is pulling out that last little bit of comb. But we are done. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. Like, subscribe, ring that bell. We'll be making more. God bless.